love you, mama.
We're back, everybody. My first guest tonight's an Emmy award-winning comedian, best-selling author, and political commentator. His latest work is the hilarious bestseller, Lies and the Lying Liars Who Tell Them, a fair and balanced look at the right. Please welcome Al Franken. You showbiz pro. That was a great entrance you just made. That was amazing. A lot of people come out and slump out.
Most important part.
Yes, is the entrance. You come out, create an expectation, and then we destroy their hopes.
Yes.
How are you? Good to see you.
I'm great.
Congratulations, you are great. 6 weeks at the New York Times bestseller list. Is that at number one? Was that right?
6 weeks at number one, yes.
That's amazing. And you're... And you're beating your nemesis, Bill O'Reilly. Is that correct?
Well, I don't know if he's a nemesis, but yeah, we have now over 1 million books of lies and lying liars who tell them a fair and balanced look at the right in print. Bill, I think we've sold about 3 times. I mean, you don't want to be competitive, but we've sold about 3 or 4 times as much as Bill O'Reilly's new book, Living with Herpes. It's a very, very good book.
Incredible.
Well, you know, when you write from your experience, as Bill has with Living with Herpes.
I learned that book got me through some tough times, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Now, of course, it was all over the media that several weeks ago, a month ago, when the book came out, when your book came out, Fox sued you.
Yeah, before it came out.
They tried to stop this book from coming out.
Right.
Was your publisher worried? I mean, Fox, that's a big organization. Was your publisher scared?
Well, yeah, we received a letter. O'Reilly and I had a bit of a dust-up, and about a week later, we received a letter from Fox saying that they're going to sue us, or were thinking of suing us. And I told my publisher, was worried, I said to her, don't worry, I've been doing this for 30 years, satire, and I've discovered that satire is protected speech, even if the object of the satire doesn't get it.
Right, right. So you knew that you were you were on solid ground.
Yeah, I said to her, our letter to Fox should be, Dear Fox, please, please, please sue us.
Right.
And that made her feel better. And we got a First Amendment lawyer who wrote them. Floyd Abrams is a preeminent in the field, and he didn't write them the please, please, please letter. He wrote them the Dear Fox, this is America letter.
Right.
And I thought that was all over, and then I found out as the books were being printed, thank God, that they were suing us, and we were jumping up and down at our house.
Because that's probably the best book promotion. The minute someone's out there saying, don't read this book, it's incredible book promotion.
Yeah, and they had no case. They were literally laughed out of court. Usually when you say literally laughed out of court, you mean figuratively laughed out of court. They were literally laughed out of court.
Were laughing so much that they had to leave. Yeah. The book, this was very unusual. Bruce Springsteen, on his recent tour, promoted your book. Many nights over and over again on his show, he would say, you got to read this book. Yeah,
at his concerts he would, and it was amazing. And I got backstage passes and seats to the show, and I met the boss backstage. I found out why he is called the boss is because he bosses Max around.
Really? That's why?
Yeah, it's like, Max, get this. Max, shut up. Max, stop preening.
Yeah, Max does a lot of preening in the mirror,
Yes, that's the one he says the most. Max, stop preening.
Now, you got called out on stage at the concert, didn't you?
I did. It was amazing.
And this was no small show. This was a giant...
55,000 people at Shea.
Right.
And it was just crazy.
And to give you some idea, there's only 25,000 people right here in the studio right now.
Right.
Let's give you some perspective on what a big show that was.
It was amazing. It was 3 times larger than this studio audience.
2.5, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
But
liar.
No. He
lying liar.
He called me out, and I went out there, and my daughter was there, and 55,000 people cheered, and I came back, and I told my daughter. Well, she said, "Well, no one booed."
Right.
And I said, well, if someone had booed, I would have just said they were saying Bruce. And my daughter went, ha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's about that age where they do that. Yeah.
Well, it's a long. You got a daughter.
I got a
now.
daughter now, yeah.
Yeah. Comedy writers' daughters don't.
They don't think you're funny later on, right?
They won't give you credit for much. She's gonna have a very sophisticated sense of humor, and most time around the house she'll be going, yeah, Dad.
Yeah. Well, then she can put herself through college. You better find Tony pretty funny. Now, I plan to be cruel and arbitrary, yeah. Now, this has been in the news recently. You wrote a book about that had Rush Limbaugh in the title.
Rush Limbaugh is a big fat idiot.
Yes, yeah. There's a theme to your books, I find.
Yeah.
Anyway, you wrote a book, and now it comes out that he has this unfortunate problem with some pills.
Right.
A bit of a pill problem.
Right.
Popping pills, and
right.
Can't stop. And I'm curious, you know, what are your thoughts on this matter?
Conan, you have to have compassion. For anyone who's addicted to drugs, you have to.
Yes.
You have to.
Okay.
But when Jerry Garcia died, he called him just a dead doper and a dirtbag, and Rush has repeatedly said over the years that anyone who uses drugs illegally should be prosecuted and put away. So I know that Rush, when he gets out, we're praying for him in his recovery, that when he gets out, he'll set an example by turning himself in and asking for the longest sentence possible.
Demanding the longest sentence.
Demanding,
yeah. I'm
absolutely.
sure he'll do that.
And demanding the most dangerous prison.
Right.
Where hopefully there'll be, maybe he'll have some African-American cellmates who heard about the Donovan McNabb.
Familiar with that.
But you have to have compassion.
Well, you're compassionate. You care more than most people. Now, speaking of compassion, you can put your arm down. Speaking of compassion, you've been on several USO tours.
Yeah, that's not compassion. It's a fun thing to do.
It's a fun thing
But
to
you
do.
did it too. You went to
I'm a very
Iraq,
compassionate
right?
man. Yeah, I went to. Well, we didn't go to Iraq. We went to Kuwait.
Kuwait.
Yeah.
I'm going to Afghanistan and Iraq. It's my 4th USO tour, and
you know it's a good point you made that you made. It is a fun thing to do. You almost don't. You come back from it. You don't feel. People say like, oh, it's good that you did that, and you think. No, that was really fun and fascinating to see.
First of all, it's your honor to do it, and secondly, I didn't actually serve myself. So this is sort of my way of giving back and then running away. But you know, my wife has said, like, you know, because the right wing says that people on the left aren't patriotic, and my wife said, well, I don't see Bill O'Reilly doing USO tours, and I said to her, that's not fair. He has no talent. I mean, what could he possibly do?
Now, how do you entertain the troops? What's your shtick that you do?
Well, I don't do like what I've done in the book. Like, you know, I don't do, your president has lied to you and you're dying for no reason. I won't. That I
probably wouldn't go over well.
That would be bad for morale.
Yeah, yeah. Good thought. Yeah.
No, I tell. There's one joke I told the last tour I did, which was that I said that, you know, every American after 9/11 got caught up in patriotic fervor, even people you'd never expect. A friend of mine never would have expected, went right to, after 9/11, went right to his closet, got out his old America t-shirt. It took him about 4 hours to white out sucks, but still.
Got that off, put it on.
So they like that kind of joke.
Yeah.
They also have the sickest sense of humor.
Yeah.
So they're a great audience. I love doing it.
Yeah. Have you done? You landed on an aircraft carrier too.
Landed
right?
on an aircraft carrier on the Harry S. Truman, and I've gone to, but I've never been this far forward. I've never been like in a place where this is not the safest place in the world, Iraq.
Right.
So but I'm, you know, they kill me, they kill me.
Wow, that's a great attitude.
Well, yeah, you know,
Seems kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, no.
I die. Well, that's what happens.
You know, it's funny. O'Reilly, after our dust-up, said this odd thing. He said that if this had happened, this was after this thing in L.A., he said that if this had happened in the Old West, we would have had to have a shootout. Mm-hmm. And he guaranteed to his audience that he would have beat me in the shootout. He would have killed me.
Right.
Which I thought was very odd. That part.
Right.
The guarantee that he would win the shootout, because, as you know, Conan, during the summers, I do the State Fair quick draw circuit.
Yeah.
And I'm number 3.
Number 3.
And I know O'Reilly isn't 2 or 1. But O'Reilly said, and this is a quote, he said, but I would have shot Franken between the head. That's what he said.
Lies and the Lying Liars Who Tell Them is, of course, available now. Al, thank you for coming by. You're going to stick around a little bit tonight.
I will.
Good. Courtney Thorne-Smith coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.